Do not attempt to adjust your cell phones or your tablets or whatever you're watching this on. We're going to see if this works. We are going live. And 10 years ago, we were playing WWE 2K13. Yeah, that's right. It's over there. Yeah, that somewhere. It's over that way. You can see WWE 2K13 is up on your screens right now. And we're going to go through it. We're going to see if it holds up to 10 years later. And what is WWE 2K23 taken from this game? And what is still missing from WWE 13 that is not 2K23? And will it show up in WWE 2K24? So let's get me out of the way for a little bit and go down here. As you can see, we are now on the main screen of WWE 2K13, and right out of the gate, I see King of the Ring. That's something that 2K has still not messed with. But hey, at least something's there. We do have a lot of options here, so let's go through and see everything that WWE 2K13 has to offer. Is it still playable? Do the graphics still hold up? I have a lot of questions. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see us showcase today. I want to start off with the roster. How about this incredible roster all the way back in 13? Of course, CM Punk was the cover star of the regular edition. If you got the super awesome edition, you got Stone Cold Steve Austin. We have Alberto Del Rio and Big Show, Booker T, Brock, Brodus Clay. Remember the Funkasaurus? Like, I mean, come on. Jericho, Christian. There was two versions of Christian. This also had the Attitude Era with it as well. So we did get, oh look, Christian 99 and Edge 99. And DLC was Gangrel. So we're going to fire up a match here, and let's see, does the graphics still hold up? Let's look at good old John Cena, since he was the cover star of 23. And even then, he had multiple attires back then. We also had 04 John Cena, so that is something that they took from the older games. So we'll start with John Cena, and let's do Stone Cold. Let's see how this works. Also, he had the collector's edition entrance. So let's go ahead and do that entrance for it. As if you did get the collector's edition, he had the ATV entrance. It's amazing how TLC has changed over the years. So, I mean, it's going crazy. I think 14's better, or why? 14 gets all the love, but 13 started it all. How's it going, Art King? Yuck, Del Rio. Let's look at original arenas. Let's do Raw. Let's do Raw. One thing I did notice when I was testing this was the fact that the load screens go forever. They do have good load screens because we got the old stuff of B.A. Billy Gunn here, but the load screens take forever. I was going to show off Custom Arena, but wow, it takes like 5 minutes to load in. So that is one thing the new stuff has, is definitely got the load times down. You know what? John Cena looks like John Cena. I know you're all shocked about this, but it's still John Cena. I do like the wide camera angles and stuff, though. And Justin Roberts is the ref, or the announcer. We have the standard ref now that we still have in 2K23. But it's King and Michael Cole do commentary for this one. And then in the Attitude Era, of course, we got JR. So they actually packed it in and made it do good. It's like a generational game. 14 does get all the love. I see it, but 13 started. It's the same engine. Did I not click the ATV entrance? I thought I did. Oh, I did. And there is the ATV entrance and that special Stone Cold shirt. This was a pre-order bonus with the collector's edition. If you did not get the collector's edition, this didn't show up. Can you imagine if 2K did this now? The actual uproar of what? No entrances? We also had to unlock universe cutscenes by playing the game instead of them just being there, which is interesting. Stone Cold with his shirt and jean shorts. Also, there's no jean shorts in 2K23. His shorts aren't there. I don't understand it. And no My Faction. Exactly right. With no My Faction, you just played and you unlocked the game as it went. So we got Stone Cold doing his 4-ring post. Entrance hasn't changed. A little bit on the camera angles, but for the most part, Stone Cold is Stone Cold. I do like this shirt. So we did pull out, this is not an emulator. I did pull out the old PlayStation 3 controller before we start the match. Check that out. PlayStation 3, playing it original on disc. Here we go. We started off with John Cena. I got the computer. Oh, it's the same rep. Same rep. 10 years later, same rep is there. That amazes me. I agree with you, Arcane. You're right. 14 did have the Road to WrestleMania stuff and a lot of it. But it's the same gameplay engine. 13 and 14, the gameplay didn't change that much, which shocked me when I was going back through this. Is that I was like, oh, there's going to be a huge difference. There's really not. It's the roster and the modes, but gameplay and everything from 13 to 14 is still the same, which I think is crazy. But I love the Attitude Era roster. So that's my nostalgia pop, is that it was the Attitude Era roster on it. But next month we're coming up on the release of 2K14, or originally 10 years ago. So we're going to have to go back and we're going to have to look at 14. But I thought right now we're all playing 2K23. It's crazy to me. 10 years ago, we were all playing WWE 2K13, or just 13. So, but the striking motions, the crowds, the change. The ring looks bigger to me. What do you guys think? Like, I don't know if it's the camera angle or if it just feels when you're wrestling in it, it feels bigger. John Cena with a title. And he does his own Luthez press. Can you imagine? It's amazing to me, though, the animations have not changed that much over time. The animations are still there, and they just keep pasting it over, which is, I mean, if the animations work, that's great. But sometimes it makes you wonder, what were they thinking? We moved on. Hopefully in the next generation we get better motion capture. Maybe 24 will give us. Cena gonna go for 5 moves of doom here? He could. Nope. Awesome. So what do you guys think? Yes, you could download the championships. We'll look at the championships in a minute. The spinner belt was the default, and Punk was the champion. Austin going for a submission here. That happened all the time. Wow. The stuff that's in this one, it surprises me. 10 years later, that we still don't have some of the things that 13 had. It's like, you think we'd get 90% of it back. So it is crazy. They just trickle it out each year. Each year we get a little bit more. I don't think we'll ever get Story Designer back. I think we'll be on the PlayStation 7 before they finally decide to give us Story Designer. But you could at least give us, a proper King of the Ring or a special guest referee in 24. I do like the wire camera. You're right. It's easier to watch, and it feels video gamey, but yet you're still watching a wrestling match at the same time. And you don't have to be in certain spots to go through that announce table, which is always nice. You can still do the announce table spots, but if you wanted to suplex them here through the table, you could without glitching the game out. It really did. It felt like shoot. I agree. You didn't know who was going to win. And the computer actually wrestles, which is instead of let me do three moves and then the computer gets three moves, it was unpredictable. Now, the AI was still crazy dumb sometimes. As you can see, Cena runs in circles. Still got to make fun of those same things are in, the current game. It looks huge. It does. It really does. It's like land a fighter jet on that thing. So 23 did get more realistic stuff on it, but it's like give us all of our fun toys. Because at the end of the game, it's a video game. It's you're supposed to have fun with it. It doesn't have to be 100% simulation. You can put some arcade stuff in there and it'd be okay. You just hit a throwback? What? Austin's not having any of that. He says no. Good old gut wrench. The same stocking animations there. That's nice. He thought about stocking it. Now he's just going to flip them around. Paint tool custom music, of course, that is the thing. Everybody wants custom music back, and I enjoyed the paint tool. I think they should meet us in the middle with it. Like, keep us our community creation stuff, of course, where we can just put whatever logos we want. But come on, give us the paint tool back so we could actually draw and do the things we want. Oh, the count glitch. I forgot about that. You're right. It's been, 10 years since I fired this up. So, wow. But the same animations is what shocked me. Like, we've been playing so many newer games every year. Is that, oh, okay, this is a new animation. This looks better. This looks great. We're actually all wrong. It's really not. The same arm wrenches, there's so many animations that they've just taken from the PS3, Xbox 360 version. That's what shocks me. Is I forgot how much they've just ripped from the past game. But this does have the crawl animation for a cover, which 2K23 still can't figure out. Going for a power bomb? Oh, what a power bomb. Because Austin did power bombs all the time back in the day. His famous stunner power bomb. But at least the match logic makes sense. Oh, the cruiserweight reversals. Yes, I agree. Or Austin going through the steel steps there. Ow. Wow. Okay. He's like, out my head. They actually cling to their body parts. We need to add that rope hanging animation back. I forgot about that. Oh, it was. The wake up taunts. Yeah, it was either 12 or 13. I don't remember. I remember this was the blood actually stayed when you hit him. But it's still the same blast across the forehead at this point. Austin didn't have any of this. But I do love, like, he's holding his head. Like, oh no, I'm bleeding. What am I going to do? and it's on the mat. It stays on the mat for a little bit. It'll dissipate, but at least it's there. It's the added extras that make it feel real as he's running across the ring and you're seeing blood go across. That part I think is cool. It's not too much. AEW Fight Forever went overkill with it. This had just enough, I think. And now Cena's holding his head. It's like everybody had the headache. And it gets worse. And no one's trying to finish her yet. They're not spamming the finishers. They're just spamming the corner. Will it be enough? Will Cena win off the turnbuckle? He didn't even get a 1 count. Wow. Small package. Can he reverse it? Goes in the mat. But the blood follows him, which is awesome as it trickles down. And then disappears like it's never there. Limb targeting was something I want them to bring back. You're absolutely right. Oh, that was a cool camera shot. Stun gun. And he doesn't go for the pin because his head hurts. Pile driver out of nowhere. Oh, the stump puller pile driver. That moved outlawed now. How's it going, Eric? How are you today? We are in 13. And both of them have migraines. Also going to go for the cover. He was beaten by a headache. Stone Cold wins. How about that? And the replay scenes. Look, we got replays. I do actually like the replays in 23. They're a lot better than they were in the last couple of games. But the replays here are still pretty solid. No one hit a finisher. The unfinisher match. And it looks like we got several instead of like 2. We had like 5. And of course, Austin wins here. Now he's going to go corner post. Go ahead and exit out of that. We got the Brock Lesnar load screen. So that is absolutely awesome. We got Brock Lesnar going on. So, if you all guys are in here, help me out. Can you hit that like button? Just sends it out so more people can see the stream. What's the next match you want to try on WWE 13? Since it has so much more than what WWE 2K23 has, which shocks me. Like, literally, look at this load time. The load time, horrible. I forgot how bad this load time is. Like, the Brock scene's cool, but we're going to stare at it for the next 30 seconds. So, I don't know about that. But so, 2K23 and the older games, of course, cleaned up the load times. I do like that. I do like that we do have load screens, though. But seriously, real time, guys. You see how long it is to go from one match to another? That shocks me. That's something I didn't remember. Oh, hey, we finally made it back to the main screen. Let's see. Let's go here and do another one-on-one. What are we thinking? We thinking HBK Jericho, huh? Okay. We'll do HBK and Jericho. We want to do an Inferno match? Because that's something we haven't seen in 10 years, literally. Let's see. Jericho, HBK, Triple H Rock. What are we doing here? Let's try the Inferno match just because I don't remember. So we will do. Let's see what HBK is. The Attitude HBK. Go there. And Which Triple H do we want? Split it up. Do HBK. Oh, Jericho. Short haired. 2012 Jericho that didn't say anything for 6 months. In an Inferno match. And what arena are we going to? I do love Vengeance. Look at that. They actually had the motion graphics for it. Let's see. Arena. What arena do we want? We got current ones, old school, Inferno match. Let's go Unforgiven. Then you got the old Attitude Era logo going through. Oh, look, critical head damage. Here, if he gets a headache, they turn red. Alright, we will do Vengeance on the next match. Look, it's Shawn Michaels. They cared more about Shawn Michaels in the older games than they do now. We've had 2 years in a row, we've had the same Shawn Michaels. And they lock all the others. This one had the long-haired Shawn. All of his entrance and stuff is there, but only one model. So, we get different ones. But what I also found was Mankind had his corporate attire and the old brown attire, and they just call it brown attire for Mankind. So I guess that's the official term of the Mankind attires. I do think this arena is pretty cool. They went all out with the arenas. Of course, WrestleMania 14 had every WrestleMania arena perfect. I like that they did the Attitude Era arenas and tried to get them as perfect as possible with this one as well. Oh, does he have his light bright jacket? He does, and look, it actually works. The walls are about to be broken down, ladies and gentlemen. Short-haired Jericho is here. I agree. I love the brown attire. Him and The Undertaker, that rivalry in '96, that was one of my favorite things that I don't think people talk about enough. Of course, yes, he flew off Hell in a Cell, but he did so much more with that character before he went to the corporate Attitude Era stuff. I thought Mankind was more intriguing when he had the pet rat and stuff. That was my favorite version. And we get Tony Chimmel. Look at that. Tony Chimmel is the ring announcer because we're in the Attitude Era. They actually cared about the detail back in these games. The rules of the Inferno match are simple. Set your opponent on fire. Got it. So who we got? Is HBK or Jericho going to win this? Make your guesses now. I'm going to say HBK. What do you guys think? The graphics still hold up. Oh, I did not put this on computer. It looks like I'm playing. Everyone change your picks. Jericho's going to win this. I don't know what I'm doing here. But I did get a reverse, so let's go. And then he got a reverse. And then I got, look at the chain grappling. Look at that. And the taunt. Wow. Can we throw him out? No. Can we lift him up? Wow. Okay. See a little burno on the side. What happens if you get close? I remember I can jump back. No, don't let you. Wow. Okay. And the old R2 L2 reversals. I don't remember how to get him towards the fire. Doesn't it heat up as you do moves in the mat? I don't remember. Wow. Okay. I do not remember. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. You gotta wait until it tells you to roll. Neck breaker, my favorite move. That's all I know how to do. Roll. Roll till it, no. I'm trying to set you on fire here. The way the fire shoots up. Like rolling me. That's crazy. Wait, what happens if I submit? Oh, the old breaking point submission system. Let's kill a 15-year-old controller. I tapped out. What does it even matter in Inferno? It doesn't matter, Chris. I'm crawling towards the ropes. I'm going to set myself on fire just to get away from you. No, I tapped. Let me go. Do you guys miss the breaking point submission system? Remember that when that was a pay-per-view? I'm going to crawl again. Crawl. Crawl. Nope, we're going to tap you. Going to code breaker me right over the top and I'm going to reverse it. Stand there, Chris. There you go. You forgot how to do the move too. It's been so long. Wow. Okay. That's the only move I know right now. I'm not doing it on purpose. We got a signature. Let's see if we can. Another neck breaker. Battle of the neck breaker. Nope. Oh, that was a point of mention. Wow. Roll him. Roll him some more. Keep rolling. Oh no. We're going to set Jericho on fire. Oh, good. Burn your opponent. Stop moving the cursor to the red zone by pressing X. To avoid being burned, rapidly kill your controller. Got it. Oh, we got one. Oh, we got another one. We did it? Did we do it? We beat Chris Jericho in an Inferno match. Not bad for not knowing what I was doing and playing this match for the first time in 10 years. That's pretty neat. HBK won, and Jericho has third-degree burns. It's so upset. I do like the... Oh, they got to put him out. They got to put him out. He's on fire. The attention to detail is what I noticed that is missing in the older game, or in the newer games that were in the older game. Is I feel like that the old crew at Ukes actually cared. Now we will go to a 20-minute load screen, it feels like, as we go to the Attitude Era. Dolph Ziggler is your cover guy as we load up here. What's the next match we want to see? We want to do, what was it, the Vengeance Arena? Let's see. Let's do something else crazy that's not in the 2K games. But I think the attention to details here in this, there's so much the little things, and if 2K24 will remember where it came from or what lineage they came from at least, and give us the little details because that's what makes the game actually work. That's my thought on it. What are you guys' thoughts? I think the details will make the wrestling game better more than what happens in ring. Of course, it has to work. Like if it doesn't work, then we're all in trouble. 30-minute load screens. Punk versus Brock at Vengeance. All right. Let's see. What kind of match shall we have? What was the old specialty matches? Remember, they had championship scramble. Wow. They need to bring that back. Of course, they had special guest referee. Let's do a special guest referee match. That'll be fun. We will do Punk versus Brock. Who do we want the referee to be? We got Punk. And since this is the old edition, let's do the ice cream bar t-shirt. You remember when he wanted an ice cream bar? That was also DLC. DLC was also the ice cream bar. That is amazing. So we got CM Punk. We're doing Brock. Who is going to be special guest referee? Anybody, let's see. We'll have to choose from. John Laurinaitis. He should be the referee. Let's see. We'll do brown shirt Mankind. And we are going to, let's see what happens here. Wait, was there two things? I'd still love the animation though. The animation of it is stuff going across the screen. So Punk, we got Brock, we got an Edge and Christian cutscene. After this match, we'll look over what was the DLC for WWE 13, because the DLC in 13 was a lot bigger than the DLC in WWE 2K23. Look at brown shirt Mankind. Body sliders and creator wrestler. That is something that we need. I agree with you, actually. The renders look good. I do love, though, in the newer games that we can just rip images and get the renders that we want for stuff. I think that's awesome. Got the old Mankind entrance. Pulling the hair out. I love this version. Will he be a fair ref? I don't know. We'll find out. Stuff that's still in the game, though, is like in Universe mode, you can set your allies and your rivalries and all of your payback moves and everything's there. Punk with the ice cream bar t-shirt and the WWE Championship. Why did we never get the ice cream bar? Do we think Punk will make a return at Survivor Series? Only if he has that t-shirt will he come back. But his full entrance is in. Hopefully we at least get his motion grab. It's very hot and cold on him. Half the world wants him in, the other half wants him to stay away. I'm in the if it works, cool. It doesn't work. I do like this Vengeance pay-per-view. You actually see the circle pyros getting ready to go off. UFC Brock. No pyro. That is crazy. So which version looks better? This version of Brock Lesnar or the old new version of Brock Lesnar in 23? Because the 13 version is in the game, but of course he didn't have his logos and stuff on his shorts here. So that was a thing back then. And Mankind is staring at the crowd, so he's going to be a great referee for this match. I wonder if that's why they're holding off on it. They want better mechanics for it. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it just doesn't work correctly, and they're still having glitches with it. Maybe that's why it's taking so long for it to come back. Super kick to the back of the head. Wow. Suplex City wasn't a thing yet in this game. That's what's crazy. Yeah, I like the Cowboy Brock. Is that what we call him now? The new Brock, Cowboy Brock. Same attitude, though. Still has the exact same attitude. No Paul Heyman in this game, which I forgot about. There was no Paul Heyman whatsoever. We had Paul Bearer, though. At least we got one Paul. We got Paul Bearer. We did not get Paul Heyman. CM Punk going the top rope. The ref doing absolutely nothing. Still staring at the Titantron. I guess he's watching the match on the Titantron. So. Oh, we're going for a submission. And he's going to run the ropes. Wow. We don't need to call that. Just run the ropes, man. Now he's staring at the crowd. Someone has a Mankind t-shirt on. He's excited about it. Oh, better get out of the way. There we go. We're getting too close. I do like it's chain wrestling, but not chain wrestling at the same time. Or at least there's always action going on instead of them just walking over the corner and standing there doing nothing. Wow. The Tree of Woe. Okay. Do love the camera animation, so that's something I hope we get more of in 24. Make me feel like I'm in the match or at the match with camera animation. See, Brock's still going for it. CM Punk says, no, it's time to go to sleep. Nick Foley going to make a count, though. That's Anaconda Vice. You don't know your own moves, Punk. Nick going to say tap. Is he going to give him the mandible claw? There's a sign in my way. I can't see. Look how close you get down to the deal. Oh, Brock tapped to the Anaconda Vice. The most devastating move. Yeah, if you do raise the reversal slider, I agree. It's the same animations. It just seems smoother to me, though. Maybe it's... See, I was trying to come into this and look at it with not rose-tinted glasses, why we're going through it. Because it's like in the back of my head, it's like, oh yeah, this game was awesome. Was it really that good? 14 gets all the love. I want to do a deep dive on 14 since it's the 10-year anniversary of it, which is just crazy. CM Punk with the win. I do love the ice cream bar t-shirt. But the DLC and stuff for this game really got me thinking about things. Because everyone was like, if it wasn't for the Rebel and Wyatt pack this year, everyone was like, this is a bad DLC pack. We've had better ones in the past. And when I started looking at what are we going to get for the DLC for 2K24, it made me wonder what are they actually going to add? And it's like, so we'll look at the DLC real quick. And the pre-order bonus was cool. As you can see, we got a little bit of course, Mike Tyson. I wonder what the pre-order bonus for 24 is going to be. If we're going to do a UFC celebrity, if we're going to do something crazy with it. I do not miss the load times in 13. And I have a feeling when we fire up 14, that the load times are going to be just bad. Because it's like, oh yeah, it had bad load times. You're sitting here with me, guys. This is some crazy load times. That's my bad takeaway from this game so far, is that I did not remember how bad these load screens were. Alright, let's see. We finally made it back, and it still saved me, by the way. Let's see that. So let's go into, and let's look at the DLC real quick, because this shocked me. I thought you guys get a kick out of it. This is the complete Stone Cold Steve Austin edition from back in the day. And when we go over here to the DLC, I was absolutely floored by the amount of wrestlers. So we got Diamond Dallas Page, which, short-haired Diamond Dallas Page, not the WCW one. We got 17 and 18. We actually got the WWE version of Diamond. We got Goldust, who wasn't in the game at launch. Could you imagine back in the day? That would have been an uproar. Gangrel, his last appearance, which is also cool. And we got Rikishi. With Gangrel, though, one thing that's really interesting is that he owns all of his stuff. So when you load up the game, it says that Gangrel is its own trademark, which I find really interesting. Next up, of course, we got Rikishi. He made his debut in this. Val Venus. This is just a personal favorite of mine. I always loved Val Venus, whichever character he was. I just really liked what he did. And this is the last game that Val Venus was actually in, which is crazy. Scotty 2 Hotty and Grandmaster Sexay, of course, to go with Rikishi, and their full 3-man entrance is actually in the game. All of their moves and stuff. I thought that was neat. Drew McIntyre. Yes, the Chosen One was DLC in 13. Can you imagine if he was DLC now? Ryback made his debut in 13 when he was coming up. I think they did a better job at 14 with him, because this is just the first incarnation of Ryback. Lord Tensai. I loved in 2K18 that we got Prince Albert, but I liked Lord Tensai, even though no one else seemed to at the time. I thought the gimmick was good. It just didn't go anywhere. Yoshitatsu. What happened to that guy? He went to New Japan, but I thought there was so much potential with him. So much that he was a DLC in WWE 13. The classic Ministry Undertaker that we're all spoiled to now. We get some version of Ministry Undertaker every year in the game. Well, back then you had to DLC it. Flying Brian Pillman to go in. And of course in, 16, we got both him and Flying Brian. In this one, we got Crazy Brian Pillman to go through his return. Damien Sandow in his beautiful bathrobe making his debut in the game. Antonio Cesaro, not just Cesaro, but Antonio Cesaro, who spoke 5 languages. He made his debut in that. How about this? This one's cool because the Usos. The Usos were a DLC pack in WWE 2K13. That is absolutely incredible. We got Jimmy and Jay, long hair. I wonder what, and now we're getting DLC or community creations making them current day, but they were an afterthought back in 2013. And of course, we got Chainsaw Charlie. We couldn't get Terry Funk, even though that's Terry Funk's model, or his picture. It is Chainsaw Charlie that's in the game. WWE. Mike Tyson was your pre-order bonus. Not a bad deal. And of course, you did get Austin's special entrance, his ATB entrance, and you got the ice cream bar t-shirt, depending on what you went and got. So I thought that was interesting. The other thing that I found very interesting when I was going through this is the women's revolution. We're standard now that we have like 25 wrestlers. In WWE 2K23, you can have an entire universe mode set up with women's wrestlers, and it just works. No, not in 2K13 or 13. Look how big that women's roster is. Is that not amazing? We have Alicia Fox, Beth Phoenix, a Brie Bella, and a Nikki Bella, Karma, which I actually enjoyed Awesome Kong. I wish she would have stayed around longer. Kelly, Eve Torres, but it was just Eve at this time. It wasn't Torres. Of course, we got Lita, and then Lita 2000. So one diva, two spots. Stephanie McMahon and Trish Stratus, who has been in forever. Can you guys believe that? Because I was like, oh wow. That's all the wrestlers that we actually got back in the day for the women's superstars. Now, in our universe mode, we're running Raw championships, SmackDown championships, NXT championships, whatever. Not in this one. In this one, you could only get these women's wrestlers. The Attitude Era wrestlers were nice, though. This is one of the only versions of the game ever that all of the DX members are here. We got the New Age Outlaws, we got X-Pac, we got Triple H, the 99, we got Shawn Michaels. All of DX was actually in WWE 13 with the music, all the fun stuff. Fast forward, we're always missing somebody. If we get Road Dogg, we don't get Billy. If we get X-Pac, we don't get the Outlaw. There's always something missing in the newer games. Who's still here, though? Who's still here? Look, Vader was in 13. He is still a legend today in 2K23. I think that's... Of course, we got Stone Cold. Shane McMahon's been around forever. We actually got a proper version of The Rock here from the 98, 99. Maybe next year, if we get a Rock showcase or something, we'll get all the versions. Road Dogg, Paul Wright. How about that? Not only Big Show, but just when he was Paul Wright, because of the Attitude Era showcase. Here's Road to WrestleMania version. Of course, we got McMahon. We got Mark Henry. Oh wait, it did. You were right. Hold on, did I mess up? I didn't look at that because the Divas have their own separate thing. You are absolutely right. Let's see. DLC. You're right. Natalia, AJ Lee, Layla. Okay. I missed that. I forgot because the older games you had to go to a separate screen to get the DLC. So you did get that. If you did get the DLC, then you got Natalia, AJ Lee, and Layla. But still no Michelle McCool. So that is crazy to me. So that was the extra DLC. Now we don't have separate menus, though. We just scroll through and get whatever we want. I miss Laycool. Like, why can't we get Michelle McCool, get Layla back? I think that would be absolutely awesome. Alright, let's see. Back to the Attitude guys. We had Paul Wright, we had Mark Henry and the Nation of Domination. Two versions of Mankind. Ken Shamrock was there. We had the old Kane, and one of his unlockables was the double arm, one sleeve, two sleeve And the Undertaker disguise, which is him just in the Undertaker outfit with his mask on, which is hilarious. And we also had infinite finishers, by the way. We could have, you could just go on finisher quests. We did have Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the Road Warriors, Big Boss Man, who's still here, but this was the last time that he was in it like this until 2K18. After 2K18, we went into the straight blue shirt Big Boss Man. Billy Gunn, I always liked the one Billy Gunn. Like the 2K16 showcase gave us the one Billy Gunn. I thought that was cool. We got Bradshaw and Farouk, who were the Acolytes and the APA in this. You could unlock the APA gear. Bret Hart, British Bulldog. That crazy cactus. This is where the Cactus Jack model came from for 2K23. Was the long beard Cactus Jack, which I never liked. Long hair Chris Jericho. And, of course, 99 Christian. Dude Love. We got all three faces. And then we got Eddie Guerrero. But the 97 Eddie Guerrero, the WCW Eddie Guerrero was here. And then Edge 99, Farouk, of course, with the APA, and Godfather, who is very interesting to me how he's locked. He's still in 23. His model is there, but we can't have him. I'm hoping that we get some version of it. I wonder what the copyrights are with him. Because it's like, oh, we're going to get him. We didn't get him. Was it 22? He's a My Faction card, but then not in the main game. But, so he was there. His model's still in the files for 23, but no appearances whatsoever. I think you can still get him off community creation. He might be content damage now, though. I don't. Let's see. We got the Sheamus and Santino Marella and Sin Cara, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Triple H, Undertaker, Wade Barrett, Zack Ryder. Wow. Of course, two Cenas. We did get Cena and Cena 04. Of course, everyone's favorite superstar was there. Was, of course, John Laurinaitis. Was he your world champion in your universe? No, back then. Justin Gabriel. The Nexus. This is the last one that the Nexus was fully in. What was it, 14? We got McGillicuddy, I think. Point blank. We got Miz, we got Primo and Epico, of course, Orton, Bray, Beard, or Goatee Rock. So, let's see. And, of course, Sin Cara, Keith Slater, Hunico. Remember what happened to Hunico? Oh, Mike, it's your birthday. Guess what? Happy birthday. Wait, let me do it right. Hold on a second. Let's see. Can you see me? Okay. Happy birthday, Mike. There we go. Now you got it. Full screen. So, back to the roster and Great Khali. I'd like to see Great Khali return in WWE 2K23. What do you guys think? Edge, of course. Dolph Ziggler. I'm going to miss him in 24. Maybe he'll show up at the Rumble and we still get it. David A-list Otunga, I don't understand. Very young Daniel Bryan. Cody Rhodes was also in this game when he was not quite dashing yet. Christian Jericho, the Funkasaurus Bros Clay. In 12, he was the Monster Bros Clay. That was my favorite version of Bros Clay. Brock, Booker, Big Show, and of course Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, Hunico became Sin Cara, and then Hunico, just like Sin Cara, got himself kicked out. But the overall roster is like, we're spoiled now with 200 wrestlers, or the fact we're community creations, we can have pretty much anybody we want, as close as we can get. I do love that. But this was a big roster back in 2K13. It was absolutely insane. And then another thing that I found really interesting about this was my WWE, yes, the titles. The title management will go here. And it's like we had the spinner belt. Of course, the newer titles didn't exist. But we had the Winged Eagle, of course, and Austin's belt. But then we had the 87 World Heavyweight Championship and the 86 World Heavyweight Championship. And mind you, Hulk Hogan's not in this game, and he was the one that made both of those famous. The WCW title that, is still around in older games, and the ECW belt. But then I forgot about this, the AWA Classic Heavyweight title. I missed that one. It was in 14, and then they gave Mr. Perfect the way for it. What is one title that you are missing in WWE 2K? Let's see, check the chat real quick. Yes, I am sad that Dolph Ziggler's gone. Like I said, I hope, he's been there 19 years, bring him back. Hunico became Sakara. Yes, I agree with you. But if Dolph, I would see, I'm a man of two minds here with Dolph Ziggler. Okay, this is total wrestling logic problems. Okay, so with Dolph Ziggler, I want him to come back and be in the Rumble so I can have him in 24 and he can get a 20-year celebration because he deserves it. Best bumper in the business. Love the guy. Second thought though, go to AEW, go with your brother, win the tag team gold, and become an awesome tag team with your brother. I think it's up to Dolph which one he wants to do. Or the third option, bring your brother and Dolph back to WWE and you become tag team champions. So that's my thoughts on Dolph Ziggler. But I hope that he's happy, most of all. All right, back to our titles. The Miz Championship was in there. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. Yes, take it. Your birthday's tomorrow? Wait. No. Okay, if your birthday's tomorrow, then you got to come back tomorrow and ask for happy birthday. So happy early birthday. That fixes it. Now we're canon with it. So happy early birthday, and then you come back tomorrow and we'll say happy birthday. And if you're thinking about buying my shirt, I got like 1,000 in the store right now. There is something for everybody. Go check the link on the channel. I'm literally up to like 1,000 products at this point. I'm sure there's something in there you will find. And if you become a membership of the channel, you get a discount code for any future products that you want to buy. So just an extra perk. Okay, so let's see. Back to our championships. The Rated R title, it was there. It was definitely there. I wish they'd bring that one back for Edge, just because. And I know you can make it now, but just give us all the championships. The Brahma Bull belt never existed. Also, the Smoking Skull belt. That's been in the game forever at this point. The NWO title. Look, there was a time back in the day where we didn't have to pay for DLC for it like they did with 22. Is you got the NWO belt. The United States Championship, Intercontinental. The light heavyweight title was there before it disappeared in 17. The old cruiserweight belt. That's my favorite Intercontinental belt. I wish they'd bring that version back. Also wish they'd bring back the European Championship. I wish they could do something with it. We're not going to have NXT Europe or NXT UK. Come on, bring back the European title. The Cena belt, of course, has been in forever. The $1 Million belt, all standard belts that we're used to. That Intercontinental belt, Zack Ryder, his Intercontinental or his Internet Championship. I like the new one he wears now. I think that was a lot better. But it was cool that this was included, and Zack Ryder got an extra check because they were paying him to use his belt. And this was also the United States title for the WCW, and they had those, the classic ECW belts, the Divas Championship, and the women's title. Tag belts, of course, we're all used to these now. But we did have the 95 to 98, and then the 98 to 92. Silver and gold, look at that. That was the difference, but it got its own render. So I think that's absolutely cool that they went ahead and did it that way. Let's see. And the ECW belts. That was all of your championships then. Of course, it did have Creative Championship. It's not as great as it is now. In your edit roster section, though, I forgot about this. You can go through and you can still set your abilities. All the abilities are the same, pretty much, like hammer throw. They might have changed a little bit, but look at these. These look familiar. Your moveset, all of these. You could just add up to, what was it, 5? Yeah, you could add 5 abilities to each wrestler in the older games instead of, oh, I only need 1 or 2, what are paybacks now. All they did was take the ability settings and make it the paybacks. I forgot. And with like your ring escape, look at that, 3 times per match. 3 times you can use it. Absolutely incredible to me how much the stuff has been taken 10 years later. They just tweak it a little bit. Tweak it a little bit, make it a little bit different. But 13's actually surprised me with stuff that I forgot about. Of course, if you paid for the season pass, you can change abilities. Now you can. I love that changed. Back in the day, you had to actually buy the season pass to be able to change abilities on some of the games. Not all of them, but some of them. I'm pretty sure this one was. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. But I know there was a couple games in there where if you wanted to change the number of your superstar, you had to have the season pass. But your allies and rivals work the exact same in 13 and in universe mode, and they work the same now. Except they actually worked in this game where you got to do some tweaking in 23, I think. SmackDown versus Raw 2010. Were they? I like this. I like this. Actually, back to 2010. Yeah, that's when they changed the set over. Okay. I'll give you that one. I think you're right. We're going to have to check. So we're going to have to go back and look at 2010 together and see exactly. The hit point ratios. All this stuff looks the same to me. It's amazing that for as much as you have half the universe is just happy we got a game, the other half of the universe, like, this is broke, this is broke. Core Foundation is still in this game 10 years later. The stuff that we wish they would elaborate on, they still elaborate in bits and pieces. So, but the modes and all that stuff still there. You change the abilities, you do all that fun stuff. The titles were a little bit better. Creations, check this out. They had superstar threads back in the day. Now we can just make whatever version of Rock we want. In 2K or 2013, you could change the color of that bolt on his pants. You could make it blue, you could make it pink. That was it. That was the superstar threads, and we were excited about it. If Cena got a new shirt, at least we could change the color of it. We couldn't change the outlook of it. Entrances were there. We could change entrances. We could do, of course, move sets. We could create a move. It wasn't great. It wasn't perfect, but you could go through and you could create your own finishing move. You could name it. It added a little bit extra to it, is what I think. Of course, story designer mode. This has been something that fans have wanted back for years. They have wanted the story mode back. I kind of do. And then personally, 10 years ago, I didn't get into it. That was not one of my deals. It was like I got to sit there, I got to type everything out. If you wanted to take the time to do it, you could make a beautiful universe mode story. You could play it out, great. Nothing wrong with it. But for me personally, it was always something that I never messed with. And then when they took it out, I got mad about it. Yeah, explain that. I got mad that they ripped that mode out, even though I personally never used it because I'd start it and the load times. Oh, wow. The load times were bad and it'd kill it for me. Arena, we got used to it. Arena's here. We still create stuff. The custom logo, I want the paint tool back. I want this paint tool back. I love that we can do, I want an image of a Pepsi shirt, or I want an image of the Beach Bytes logo. I can just upload it, make it on my guy. It's great. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. However, let me be able to draw. There is a workaround where it is kind of in 23. Wait. Here we go. Check this out. Cheap plug. I do have the video on my channel that shows you the hidden paint tool in WWE 2K23. Go check it out. It actually is there, and it works kind of like 13 and 14. But to be honest, 13 and 14 had the better paint tool. Okay, that was my cheap plug for the stream. So now, as we go through, that was there. And of course, highlight reel is also, it worked here. It works better in this one. Load times, again, is what killed it for me. What do you guys think about this? Let's see. Well, I appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, his channel is just blowing up. I'm really happy. Yeah, there's so many memberships that you want to be. If you want the emojis for my channel, okay, I lied, guys. All right, I'm sorry, I lied. I didn't realize. No, cheap plug, cheap plug. If you want just to use the emojis and become a channel member, it's 99 cents, and you can have a beach ball to throw around in the chat. If you do want the extra stuff that comes with the channel, of course, there's other channel memberships, but for 99 cents, you can have all the wonderful emojis that come with the Beach Bytes channel. And I encourage, if you do love the channels, become a member. I'm a member of course, Assemble's channel. Because, you know, why not? There's several channels that I am a member of. Just show support. And of course, if you don't want to do that, and you don't want to do that, hit that like button for me. That means a lot. It sounds like such a small thing, but just hitting that like button really helps the channel out more than it actually should. Okay, so maybe no more plugs, or we might have a couple more plugs. We'll find out in a minute. But now back to what we were looking at with 2K13 online. I want to show it to you, but I can't because the server's been dead for 10 years. But from what I remember from online is that it actually worked-ish, because I remember having problems back in the day with it too. I don't think that online has ever worked in wrestling games. The one thing that drove me crazy, and it's just absolutely insane, is one of the hardest things to do was it was SmackDown versus Raw 2011. One of the trophies to get the platinum was to win an online Rumble match. This, no joke, took me 3 months to do. It took me 3 months of going in every little bit, you know, not every day, but every couple days, go in, play for a couple hours, just trying to win it. I finally got it. That is one trophy to this day that I'm like, awesome, I got it, a platinum 11, and then at the same time I'm like, whatever. Okay, that was a lot of work. So I hate online trophies, is basically what I'm telling you. But online trophies have never worked, or online modes have never worked in the wrestling games the way that they would in a Call of Duty or something that's supposed to be online. The other thing I want to show real quick, and we'll wrap up here, is where did I find it? Of course, the Attitude Era, you can go through and play, of course, your Attitude Era modes. But the options for Match Creator, this is something that I think is crazy, because Match Creators finally moved back over, and we keep getting more and more options every year. 2K23 had so much going for it, except the Elimination Chamber match. I will still gripe every time I get is that this worked in 19, and it's still an option to use in 22, and it's still an option to use in 23, but they don't work. It lets you go to the Elimination Chamber, but it does not let you pick the other chamber options. That drives me crazy. Servers are still active on SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Are you kidding me? There's no way. Upload. Can't upload. But you got match. Wow. Okay. Now we got an issue, because now I'm gonna go try that after a while. Because I'm like, it's fact they're still online. That is absolutely amazing. That shocks me. That's cool. So we're gonna try that. Okay, so create a match. I keep getting off sideways. So with the create a match, you know, in 22, 23, whatever. And this one, you could do several different things that are still there. You got standard ring, but just in a singles match, You could set stuff up. If you wanted the blue cage, of course, black cage, Hell in a Cell, it's all still there. All that's still there. But Elimination Chamber match, you could just have a singles match. If you wanted to set up something crazy, you could. Inferno, you could just have an Inferno match. You could also have the Extreme Rules match. Your match options, is I hit the wrong button. Yes, I did. And now it's going to load. Wow. Yep. So I don't know what I just created. There we go. Back to it. Hit that button. These, we had a flaming table match. You could have a flaming table match in the older games. Why don't they bring that back? And if they did I miss it? Of course, you have a first blood match, finisher only match. All this stuff was become standard with. But 13 was you could just go in and create the match just like you can in 23. And it took a couple games. I think it was, 19 or 20 before they actually let you just create a match and save it as default. And then, of course, your eliminations and your objects. Why? Why do I keep hitting that button? What did I do? We can also have an I Quit match, by the way. That's just great. So we'll go in and let's see. We could have a steel chair, a kendo stick, a guitar, a mop, a sledgehammer, and that was pretty much it. But so we couldn't put, and then tables and ladders were automatically in there if I remember correctly. But we could have a mop and a guitar that we still can't have in the older games. All right, let's do. No, I don't want to keep changing. Let's go back. Let's do one more crazy match. I've seen it a couple times. We're going to do the old school John Cena. Of course, he made his return in WWE 2K23. We'll do the original attire, and then Miz. Oh, okay, sure. Miz. What arena do we want this match to be in? We will do John Cena versus Miz. Because Miz came to play. Heart and Soul was also in here. What old arena do we want? Let's see. How about one night only? We will go all the way back to the UK for one night only match before I did that. Am I playing a Cena? So let me know, what do you guys think about 2K or WWE 13? 10 years later, does it hold up? Because I'm shocked, actually. Okay? And we got Blue Miz, and of course, Cena looks just like current day Cena. Didn't realize that. I do like that he does have the shorts and the shoes there, but I do like that in 2K23, I actually feel there's more detail with the old school John Cena. What do you guys think about this? Well, we have Cena versus Miz. So they're going to go back and forth. Let's see. Universe mode should take features from season mode. I like that idea. That makes sense. We need to do something to change it up and make it more interesting. You know, it's like, I'm not a fan of My Rise. I don't hate it, but I don't love it like I did the themes that we had. Like this one had the Attitude Era theme where you got all of your Attitude Era storylines. You were just playing through it, but also, you know, it had something to it. Road to WrestleMania, of course, their own storylines of them making stuff up. That was always great. But there needs to be more to than just My Ride, because we're a couple games into this, and unfortunately, I feel like they're just finding their footing. with what they want to do with My Rise. So I think it's going to stick around a couple more years because they're still like, okay, we can do this, we can do that, and it's going to become the My Player like 2K. And 23 felt a lot like an NBA game to me with My Rise compared to some of the past games. And I'm afraid that we're just going to keep getting generic stories and then going through and just tweaking it each year. So I'm hoping that maybe they'll just overhaul it and give us classic matches or something in the middle. You know, mix the season mode with a little Road to WrestleMania or something. But yeah, I love the Attitude Era completely. I agree with you. It's like that's my jam. Is the Attitude Era was where it was at. So I'm always going to have rose-tinted glasses when it comes to it. And what's weird is that the newer generation is like, this is 10 years old. So what? If they're going to do an anniversary, we're doing the reality era or the ruthless aggression era as someone else's, nostalgia pop at this point, which is crazy to me that that's where we're at. I felt like 2K23's roster was very ruthless aggression era. So I wouldn't be surprised if in 24 they move towards the PG era or the what is the reality era of wrestling when ECW came in 2008, 2010. That might be where they go. And of course, I agree. The ultimate mode, you give me a little bit of GM mode, you give me a little bit of universe mode, you throw them together, and then we have the perfect mode that will probably bug out and explode our systems. That's probably what would happen. But, make it more like an old school Madden franchise mode. That would be fun. Where it's like in the old Madden 2006, 2007, that's when you could do everything. And Miz lost. Can you believe it? John Cena beat The Miz. I am shocked. I do still love replays though. But give us an old school in the middle. Give us, the ability to sign wrestlers, sign them to contracts, and give us, we're going to buy this title from this company or we're going to lease it. New Japan, what was it? New Japan Pro Wrestling, or New Japan World did that really well. I enjoyed their general manager mode. The book part of it, where it's, okay, you book your matches, you can do with this promotion, you can do with that promotion. New Japan World has a great general manager mode. I enjoy it. I wish it was more fleshed out, but they have a lot of fun for it, for what they have to offer. So if we can get a little bit of that in the 2K games, just give us, a new flavor of ice cream. And it would be absolutely amazing. But let me know what you guys think about it. Well, as you can see here, John Cena has won. He is king of the Attitude Era, and not king of the Attitude Era. He's king of the WWE 2K13 stream today, and that's what we'll go with. Also, not bad. I think 2K13 works absolutely fantastic. It's still playable. 10 years later, here we go. We can still play the Attitude Era with our 30-minute load screens, but there's a lot of building blocks that have to go on with WWE 2K23. And I hope that as we look back, it's 10 years from now, that maybe 2K24 will take a lot from 2K20 or from 2K13, 2K14, and give us something new. I'd like to thank all of y'all for joining me on today's stream. If you haven't on your way out, hit the like button. It sends it out so more people can see it. And remember, make life your beach, and we'll see you on the next video.